Oaks. A big match-up here between the great powers, the great training powers of Ireland and England, Aidan O'Brien and John Gosden. It's a classic Frankie Dettori versus Ryan Moore clash. Love the 1,000 guineas heroine, will appreciate the drying ground, and Frankly Darling looking to complete this topsy-turvy Ascot Oaks double. All set up for a thrilling tactical battle, I think, Chris Dixon.
I think it is, and the early part of the race I think is going to be crucial, particularly in relation to Frankly Darling, because in the Ribblesdale last time out they went a good gallop early, things steadied up, and then she quickened late on. But she'll need to settle better. You can see she's got the red hood on the way down to the start. That'll be coming off, but she's got warm. She's an edgy type of filly, and the first 5 furlongs or so of this race you are running uphill, and this year you're going to be running uphill into a stiff headwind as well. She'll need to relax a lot better than she did in the Ribblesdale if she's going to be able to use that potent turn of foot that she's got at the back end of the race.
What role will Tiempo Vuela, her stable companion and owner mate, play here, do you think, in assisting Frankly Darling's cause?
I think she might have already played it in getting down to the start. I think that might have been part and parcel of the run, in the same ownership, different colours, but essentially the same ownership. I think that might well have been part of it. She's fine, but she's definitely got warm and she is edgy. She's obviously a filly a little bit like that. Her chance has been helped by the fact that this isn't the usual fairground in the middle. That would have really got her revved up, wouldn't it?
It would. I would conjecture that she was best every yard of the Ribblesdale, but you're in the camp that believes that Ennis Timon has a chance of reversing the form.
I am, on the basis that Ennis Timon could well reverse the form, having not been suited by the way that race panned out. As I said, they went quick early, at which point Ennis Timon dropped in. But then as they steadied the race after a couple of furlongs and they didn't go much of a gallop, she was a long way back. And at the point that the race developed and they began to sprint just over around 3 furlongs out, she was posted out wide. Frankly Darling was in the perfect spot. They were quickening late on. She was actually quicker through the final part of the race than Frankly Darling, but she was too far back and she still ran extremely well.
There is Ennis Timon, who has a little bit to find, but Chris was encouraged by that run in the Ribblesdale. Love, by contrast to Frankly Darling, is nice and relaxed. What a beautiful filly she is.
She's a really nice filly, and just as a physique on her, Lucky, you wouldn't say that she looks a bang miler. She's got the physique of her pedigree, really, which is a middle distance performer. She's related to horses, full sister to Flattering and Peachtree. They both had form over 1.75 miles, not even just 1.5 miles. And in the case of Peachtree, a horse who was able to have the quality to win at a mile but the stamina for further. She's had the quality to win a classic at a mile. Will she have the stamina for further? My belief is that she probably will. You won't see a Guineas winner hit the line much more strongly than she did at Newmarket.
11 to 10 favourites. Love seeking to give Aidan O'Brien yet another winner in this race. Tom, thank you very much. As I was saying, if you were with us on Racing TV Extra a few moments ago, this is a classic matchup. A classic matchup between the two great thoroughbred superpowers of European racing. John Gosden against Aidan O'Brien. Frankie Dettori against Ryan Moore. Horse with proven stamina against classic winner full of class and speed. The question mark about Frankly Darling is whether her temperament will hold up for the demands of this different race. The question mark about Love, whether she can stretch that speed here, throw in a couple of talented stable companions to Love, and a couple of dark horses trained by Roger Varian and Peter Chappell-Hyam, and you've got an intoxicating cocktail, potentially. Chris Dixon.
Yeah, not a big field, but a fantastic race. If you were on Extra, you'd have already seen Frankly Darling. We'll get another look at her at the start in a second. There she is. She's got the red hood on. She's got a little bit warm and stewed up. We didn't properly see her going down to the start and see if she'd taken a keen hold, but she had just got a little bit warm and edgy. She's not too bad, Lucky, on those shots. She looked like she would get worse than this when we saw her a few moments ago. She
went to post early in the hands of Frankie Dettori. She was joined by her stable companion and owner mate Tiempo Vuela, who herself had quite smart maiden form but is 125 to 1 and is here to serve a purpose.
Yeah, and she gave her a lead down to the start, which might have been part of the purpose, I suppose. Love looks beautifully relaxed down at the start, and she's already a classic winner. She's got to prove her stamina at the trip, but her pedigree gives you real strong indications that she'll be able to stay. She's a full sister to Peachtree, who was a winner over a mile but could stretch out as far as 1 3/4 miles. So she's actually bred. She's related to 2 horses that stayed that far. She's bred to get beyond this trip. She's shown her class for shorter. It's not guaranteed, given the pace that she's showing over shorter, that she's going to stay, but she's definitely classy enough to go and win a race like this. I think she will stay, and I think she's going to take a bit of beating, given how strongly she hit the line in the Guineas.
She's not quite as tall as her stable companions, Passion and Ennis Timon, but she's a wonderful walker, beautiful athlete, really well made filly.
Yeah, she definitely is, and she doesn't look an out-and-out miler in terms of her physique. If there is an archetypal miler, it wouldn't necessarily look like that. You can see Ennis Timon in behind. She has just got a little bit warm and edgy. Again, I wouldn't worry too much about it. She's not boiled over completely. You would maybe prefer to see her slightly more relaxed. Now, she was behind Frankly Darling, as were a few of these, in the Ribblesdale last time out, but the run of that race didn't suit her ideally, I didn't think. She was just a little bit too far back in the middle part of the race as the tempo steadied, and then as it quickened she was caught out of her ground a little bit, but she finished well. She did pretty well to get as close as she did. At the prices, she'd be the one that I'd be backing, probably each way.
6-1 Ennis Timon. And then there's a big break in the market to the variant pair, Queen Daenerys and Gold Wand. I thought Queen Daenerys had a chance of being in the 3 here. Gold Wand, I simply got no idea how good she is.
Yeah, I agree with that. Gold Wand, hard to quantify. She's going up in trip. That should... it could bring about improvement, I should say. She's by Golden Home. There's quite a bit of pace down the other side of the family, quite a fast family down the dam side, and she used that pace that she's got to win and stretch clear in a steadily run race at Newbury last time out. Queen Daenerys, not a copper bottom stayer, I didn't think. She's related to several winners, a couple of them by Galileo, whose stock tend to stay. If the dam's stock are going to stay, they will if they're by Galileo, and nothing was campaigned even beyond 9 furlongs, so it's kind of unproven in that regard. She did hit the line strongly over 10 furlongs behind Run Wild last time.
So how do they play this? How do Ballydoyle play this? How does John Gosden play this? What does he do with Tiempo Vuela? Where will Passion, Ennis Timon, Love line up here?
Tough one to call, really, isn't it? Because there's only a couple of these that have led.
I'll call it for you if you'd like. I think Frankie Dettori is not going to be any worse than second or third early.
I think he'll sit in the front 3. Hard to know exactly what will go on. Maybe Gold Wand. Love has led, but a good while ago. I don't think she'll lead in this. Yeah, not quite sure how it'll pan out tactically.
Gosden and Aidan O'Brien between them have won every Oak since 2014, and they're going head-to-head again as they seek to strengthen their dominance on this race, the 2 great superpowers of European racing. Will it be Love stretching her speed, or will Frankly Darling prove another diamond for Gosden? We'll find out now for the Oaks. Here's Simon.
And they're off and racing for the Investec Oaks, 1.5 miles and uphill through the first 5.5 furlongs, and Passion in the dark blue jacket on the inside, and Tiempo Vuela the outside of these two going on, and it looks a strong gallop in the early stages. Queen Daenerys in the red jacket and Barani Star driving up her inside. Frankly Darling is back in 5th alongside market rival the favourite Love, and then Gold Wand and Ennis Timon is the back marker. So Tiempo Vuela, the stable companion of Frankly Darling, looking as though she's going to try and make stamina really count here as they continue to climb through these early stages. Passion is a close second, one of the 3 Aidan O'Brien runners, and they have built up a lead now of a good 6 or 7 lengths over Barani Star and then Queen Daenerys. Frankly Darling and Love both well off this gallop, followed by out the back Ennis Timon and Gold Wand. Still climbing now. They've raced past the mile marker and on towards the 7 furlongs point, and the 2 leaders are further clear, a good 10 lengths clear now. Tiempo Vuela is joined on the outside by Passion. They're going to fall right back to the field in the home straight, but they're taking them along at a really blistering pace. The others are rather ignoring them though. Barani Star is in 3rd place, followed by Queen Daenerys, and then Love on the outside of Ennis Timon. Frankly Darling and Gold Wand is at the back of the field. So well and truly strung out as they begin the run down the hill towards Tattenham Corner and approaching approaching the 5 furlong marker in the Investec Oaks, and it's Passion on the outside of Tiempo Vuela, who's coming under pressure. They're still 10 or 12 lengths clear of Ennis Diamond, now going into third. Then Barani Star, Queen Daenerys. Love is miles behind. Even further behind is Frankly Darling, and then Gold Wand as they head now round Tattenham Corner and into the home straight. And it's Passion beginning to fight off Tiempo Vuela, but they are coming back to the field. Ennis Diamond is a clear third. Love with the big white blaze is moving through quite smoothly, followed by Barani Star. Frankie is at work on Frankly Darling, but she's staying on down the outside as Love comes through to head stable companion Ennis Diamond. Frankly Darling charging down the outside, but Love has got 3 or 4 lengths, just drifting across down the camber towards the inside running rail. Love, the 1,000 guineas winner, she's well clear. She's gone 6 or 7 lengths clear of Ennis Diamond in second. No impression from Frankly Darling, and Love comes right away, galloping clear in tremendous style to win the Oaks. Love and Ryan Moore. Ennis Diamond second, a 1-2 for Aidan O'Brien. Frankly Darling never landing a blow in third, and they were clear then of Passion and Queen Daenerys.
Oh, run the race however you like. Love is much the best. What's not to love about that performance of pure quality and class? It's another Investec Oaks for Aidan O'Brien and another for Ryan Moore. Love was much, much too good for them. Ennis Diamond ran well. Frankly Darling had nothing left to offer in the finish, and it was an unconventional race to observe, with Tempo Vuela and Passion taking each other on like it was a 6 furlong sprint and dropping back through the pack. But all you need to know is that Love was miles, miles better than all the others. Brilliant.
It certainly was. It's a absolutely outstanding performance from Love in a race that was run at a real solid gallop, and I think the time of the race is pretty good. It's around 2:33. The gallop was obviously strong. She's run it nice and even, and she's absolutely powered home. Wildly impressive performance from Love.
But the one thing